Hello traders, good morning. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar in the last 2 days of this year and decade, by the way. And we're going, of course, into a new decade. So we'll have some more analysis and videos on what to expect from a forecasting point of view for the first half of 2020. So keep an eye on our YouTube channel for that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the euro dollar and pound dollar for the last 2 days. All right, so first of all, the euro dollar. It's funny, euro dollar had a very low volatility, of course, the last months or even longer than that. And right after the 2-day holiday and 2-day break of the market, and right before the weekend, there was just one trading day. And that was exactly the day that it moved 100 pips. Quite an impressive move there, and a funny moment. But this looks like an impulsive price action move up, moving away strongly from the 21 EMA. So I think it could be some type of wave 3, and a continuation higher is likely, I think, at the moment. Now, of course, we'll have some profit taking that should create a retracement, I do believe, especially before the end of the year. You know, book some profit, book some last pips. So today, tomorrow could be slow, could be retracement days. We're also running into a pretty massive resistance zone in general at around this 112 zone, 111.75, 112. But overall, the price action turning up pretty quickly. That could also be because of the end of the year. You don't know how these patterns, of course, are influenced by that. But generally speaking, we do see upside, correction, upside, correction, and again upside. So it's starting to look more and more like a potential ascending wedge. It could also be a rising wedge, potentially, if we don't get a good break here, but still leading more towards an ascending wedge, with buyers stepping in higher at higher spots, and eventually a breakout likely to happen. I think that breakout more likely to take place at the beginning of next year, though. For the moment, though, when looking at this price action, we see bullish signals. We see here definitely a lower high, and a lot of candles not able to break through this low. So it's certainly the downtrend having some struggles here, and retesting the previous bottoms. If that breaks, we should see price move up to 114, 115 in that case. And I think that looking at the current time patterns and price patterns, that breakout I think will happen eventually. But I don't think today or tomorrow. I think for the moment we're seeing the start of a bull flag. I think that will continue. I think that price will fall, hit the 21 EMA, bounce up, fall again, and probably make a triangle or bull flag. That's what I'm expecting. And then that flag to break to the upside eventually. Probably, I would guess on Thursday or Friday, probably, or even beginning of next week. That's my best guess. Now, if price unexpectedly starts to move, lower with a lot of momentum, then my analysis is invalidated. That would mean that something else is going on. For instance, what I would expect is probably price to, let's put the fib from here to here. This looks like a 5-wave pattern to me, like that. So let's put it there. So if price goes to the 23.6 fib, that's still very bullish, right? 38, 2, even 50. But if it starts to break through the 50 and the 61.8 fib and the 144 EMA, well, that changes perspective. And then this is not bullish anymore. Specifically, if it shows a lot of momentum like that, and then a flag, that would not look good. And there might be then a reversal back down. So that would certainly invalidate it. If price shows choppiness anywhere above in this zone, I think it's more of a retracement for upside. And I'll be waiting for the break further up. The main target for the moment, 112.50, and WIS6, of course, is the main level to think about. Then we got the pound dollar. Well, that is funny, of course, in the sense that it made huge upside here after breaking through 130 to 132.50, then all the way up to 135. That was the main target. And when we were looking at the daily chart, at least, you can see why, because there was a pull flag and that pull target about 135, 136. Then a very strong decline. Even 130 could not stop it. It went all the way down to 129 before we had some bounce. So what is that? It could be that 5 waves is completed and that this is basically the start of wave A, up for B and down for C. Like that, for instance, a bigger correction. That's one scenario. Or this could still be some type of wave 4 with a triangle A, B, C, D, E, and then break to the upside. So very important will be what type of, this is likely to retrace this decline, I would say. So how deep will that up move go? If it goes up to the 78 or 88.6 fib, it is likely to be a triangle pattern or an ABC pattern, and more upside is likely. If it hits the 38.50 or 61.8 fib and then starts to turn, well, then I'm leaning towards an ABC correction and a zigzag, because a zigzag typically has shallow fibs as a bouncing spot. So we'll have to see which fib is respected on the lower time frame. For the moment, it either could be that this is a wave A completed or an ABC has already been completed. If it's a wave A, down for B and up for C, then we'll have to see how far wave C goes. Does it only go to the 50.61? Then it could be this ABC pattern is completed like this, and we could see a strong fall. If it goes higher and goes into these fibs, then that other scenario, a triangle or an ABC flat, is likely to take place. ABC flat means that price will go back probably to this previous bottom and then bounce again. A triangle would mean that price will probably retest the previous bottom, but not, approach it. It could go down to the 23, for instance, like this. So up to the 78, down to the 23, up again like that, and make higher lows and lower highs, and make this kind of formation, and then probably break to the upside, although the triangle could break to the downside too. So for the moment, I think that any dip or break, good for upside basically, to retest these levels. But I would be careful at the 50 fib because we don't know, how far this move can go, to which fib it will move up to. If it moves down, and what I would like to see is a strong bounce basically. So sorry for that message there. I managed to remove it. But so what I would be looking for, look, if it breaks with a lot of strength here, then of course it is starting to look more like a downside, even if it doesn't break this bottom. But if there's a lot of momentum here and price goes shallow like this, like a flag, then yes, more downside expected. If it breaks this bottom, well then for sure it's not a triangle. If it moves lower, but it's more like a bull flag like this, then I would expect the upside. Or if it moves down fast, but there's a close and reverse back up again, yes, then I expect more upside. That's it for now. Thanks for joining. Wish you all great trading and see you in the next video soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.